Don't look away, look at him. This is the Olm, also known as the human fish, which is rude to humans and rude to fish. It's a cave salamander, lives in total darkness, does nothing, and probably lives longer than you. Today we're talking about the laziest animal alive, the Olm. Sorry sloth, Olm. The Olm lives in underground caves in Europe, alright, already points off. This one Olm they studied didn't move for 7 years. A researcher tagged it, came back 2,569 days later, and it hadn't moved. Not like moved a little bit, like stayed within the same 1 foot area. My couch has moved more in 7 years than this living, breathing creature with legs. And the scientists, of course, remarkable sedentary behavior. The Olm's a salamander, but it's not a normal salamander. At least salamanders pretend to have arcs, and they have a respectable life story. They're born in the water, and then they get legs, and then they go onto land. The Olm said, no thank you. It keeps the baby features. Disgusting. Grow up, Olm. And you know where it lives? The Olm lives in caves. Mother Earth's wet, cold basement. The Olm lives in total darkness, for one. So over time, its eyes basically get reabsorbed and covered by skin. Which sounds tragic until you realize that the Olm is thrilled about this. Why? Because eyes are a responsibility. Eyes mean you might notice an email. But the Olm instead said, you know what? I'm just going to choose not to perceive obligation. I'm not going to perceive the responsibility of life. Imagine being born with eyes and functionally ripping them out of your head so you don't have to do anything. But it's not pointless, you know, it can taste, it can hear, it can even sense electrical magnetic fields. Like, why'd you give that thing superpowers? It's blind, but it knows what's going on. It just chooses not to participate. And that's what bothers me, okay? If an animal's old and blind and confused, you feel bad for it, right? But this animal's blind and has a built-in cave radar system, and it still spends 7 years in the same puddle. And that makes me angry, because it's not a disability, right? It's like a choice. Olms can repeatedly go up to 10 years without eating, metabolically unambitious. The Olm doesn't know about LinkedIn. You know, kind of respect it. Scientists say the Olm can live for 100 years, which would be noble if it did anything at all. And the worst part is it doesn't even look old, right? Like a tortoise lives 100 years, all right, it looks like Morgan Freeman squared. A whale lives 100 years, it gets big. The entire time, the old looks like a peeled hot dog. Imagine, you're born in 1926. Water. Maybe a snail. Oh, scientist with a flashlight. And then you die. What a shit life. And you waste longevity on that. That gets 100 years. And the worst part is, he's not even getting laid. The Olm doesn't reach sexual maturity for like a decade. Okay, and why would it? Birds are dancing. Deer are fighting. Salmon huck themselves into the mouths of bears in order to mate. And the Olm goes, I'm not gonna move. I woke up at 5 a.m. The Olm never slept. Cold plunge. The Olm lives in one. Intermittent fasting. The Olm hasn't eaten in 10 years. Deep work. The Olm's been sitting in its office for 74 years, meditating. The Olm wakes up once a decade and says, was that a shrimp? And then lives another 40 years. That's disgusting. Alright? That is peace, and I reject it. I crave it. I want to fight the Olm in a cave and lose. So the Olm is a prepubescent salamander that lives for no reason at all. A haunted noodle with the patience of 10 saints, cave-dwelling sock. And if I ever find you, I will point at you sternly from a respectful, conservation-oriented distance. Subscribe. Or don't. The Olm wouldn't.